Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Crypto Forecast. Today we're going to be having a quick look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. I do Bitcoin all the time, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but there's one thing that I haven't commented on my video yesterday or the day before or for the past couple of videos, so I'm just going to point out this thing. Is about the 20 week moving average. So I'm on the weekly time frame right now. If you guys remember, I have been saying for a very long time that I didn't think we would be breaking previous lows here and capitulating, even when we were down here, like everything was going down, everybody was freaking out and everybody was calling for a leg down on Bitcoin and on crypto in general. And I kept very firm. I was like, no, I don't think we're gonna go down. And the reason is because we had here the 200 week moving average and also the 50-month moving average on the monthly time frame. So these are very long-term moving averages. These are very strong signals. It doesn't mean they work 100% of the times, but they have a very high rate of accuracy. So these are very strong signals, and that's why I was like, no way we're breaking down now. I mean, maybe the 200 week moving average will be broken later in the future. I just don't think it's going to break at the right here just at the second try. I just find it very unlikely. And the reason I'm talking about this is because the same thing I expect to happen with the 20 week moving average, which is the red line here, but this time it's going to be resistance, not support. So there's still some room to go up here. Right now the 20 week moving average is exactly at 4,455 here on Bitstamp. So there's still room to go up because we are right now at 3,900, but I mean, we're approaching this moving average and I expect this moving average to be super strong resistance. These are moving averages I personally don't mess with. I mean, I respect them and I trust them. The 20 week moving average, it's perfect support during bull markets. You see when it gets extended, it comes back down and bounces on the 20 week moving average. It goes up again. When it gets too extended, it comes back down, and it always bounces. In the big picture, it always bounces on the 20 week moving average, and then it goes extended again, and it comes back down and it bounces again on the 20 week moving average, and again here it went below it for a little bit, because nothing is perfect and nothing is 100% in trading, but you can see every time it bounces on the 20 week moving average until it doesn't do it anymore. Like in this case, when it goes below it and then it becomes resistance, like it happened here, that's the beginning of the bear market, and then it will use the 20 week moving average as a resistance. Here there was a little bit of a fake out because it stayed above it for some time, but then quickly went below it, and again it bounces off it and it goes lower, and when it gets extended it bounces to it again, and then it rejects again until when? Until it doesn't do it anymore, and then it goes above the 20 week moving average and starts using it as a support, and now the bull market starts. And if you see here, for the entire bull market, it always bounces on the 20 week moving average one time, two times, three times, four times, 5, 6, 7, and then when it goes below it is when and it becomes resistance here, then it's when the bear market starts. And since then it's been rejecting every time, one time here, one time here. It closed above it this time, but this still qualifies as a bounce off the 20 week moving average, and rejection, and then again, and rejection, and then here, stuck here, but it rejected. So because I always assume continuation, I'm not going to mess with these 20 week moving average. So just have that into account, guys. I just wanted to give you this information. You can do whatever you will with it. Now let's move on to Litecoin. And again, I'm going to point out the most important moving average on the daily time frame is the 200-day moving average. This is one of the things that defines a bear market. If the price action is doing lower lows and lower highs, and the price remains below the 200-day moving average, this is defined as a bear market. And as soon as the price goes above the 200-day moving average is when if it's able to stay above it. No, sometimes it'll fake out and go back down again very quickly. There's nothing you can do to avoid, fake outs. They just happen sometimes. But usually, more often than not, as soon as the price goes above the 200-day moving average, and especially if it comes back down and retests and it acts as a support, that is when the bull market starts. So if the price is doing higher highs and higher lows and it's above the 200-day moving average, this is one of the things that defines a bull market. We have been for the whole year or almost 1 year below the 200-day moving average, and now recently the price is getting above it. So this is a very, very strong signal that the bull market could be starting, or at least sideways market, like in here. When it goes above it and start using the 200-day moving average as a support. This is I'm seeing a lot of signals, guys, that the bear market could have finished. People don't believe it now because we've been into the bear market for such a long time, and we've gone down like a lot in percent, like 80, 90, 98% in some cases. So people are in disbelief. I think we are in the disbelief phase, but guys, if you understand market behavior, you know that bear markets finish at some point, and after a bear market there's always a bull market, and after a bull market there's always a bear market, and it doesn't matter how long they are, they will come to an end. And we could actually be at the end of the bear market and very beginning of the bull market. Of course, not financial advice, don't put your your life savings in there, but we're having some strong confirmations here. And on the weekly, we can see we actually went above the 20-week moving average, which is very bullish. And also I wanted to point out this downtrend resistance line here in the previous bear market. When this downtrend resistance is broken and it breaks out of it with decisively with big vertical candles, this usually means the end of the downtrend. So the downtrend that lasted a year was broken, so this represents the end of the downtrend, and here very clearly we are breaking out. Now, of course, I don't discount the possibility that we will, at some point eventually we're going to crash and maybe retest this diagonal line as a support, like it kind of happened here. So we could, and this would mean testing previous lows. But I think, guys, there's a huge chance this was the bottom. I'm telling you, guys, the more I look at the charts, the more I see how they are behaving lately, the more I think we saw the bottom here. And especially the more I pay attention to market sentiment as well, because people might say, oh no, now everybody's getting excited again and bullish, and now the sentiment is going positive again because we're pumping. I don't think so, guys. What I hear the most is people wanting to take profit here because they don't believe this is the end of the bear market. I think most people believe this is a trap. And when everything is pumping, of course, the sentiment is gonna turn from bearish to neutral. But that doesn't mean people, think this was the bottom, like they used to think in every dip before during the whole year. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, basically I wanted to point this out. And also the 20-week moving average, if you see here in the previous bear market, once we went above it, once we went below it, the bear market started. Once we got above it, the bear market ended and the bull market started. So we're getting above it. Of course, it's too soon. We have only two candles here that closed above it. It could still be a fake out and come back down. But I mean, this is already a strong signal, guys. So guys, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.